Hey, this is Ryan from 60 Second Home, the Guitar Podcast, and today I'm going to show you the Masamune Booster and Compressor by NUX. I think I got the name of the pedal pronounced right. I know that I pronounced the name of the company wrong, but I just like saying NUX more than NUX. It's a little bit more fun to me. I think we should start a petition for them to change the pronunciation of their name to NUX from NUX. Just my 2 cents. Anyways, let's get into it. We'll start with the booster side and then work our way over to the compressor. Here is my dry signal, Airline 59 2PT, on the bridge pickup, which is a Telecaster style bridge pickup. Sounds good. All right, here is the boost. Boosts make you louder, so let's see what this sounds like. A lot of nonsense playing there. It was definitely louder. I was watching the little the lines jump around on my recorder over here, and thankfully they didn't peak out, but it got a lot louder in here, I'll say that. Let's go through the 2 controls other than just boosting the level on the boost here. There's a drive knob, which is kind of like a preampy, little bit of dirty sort of sound. Turn it all the way down and you're all the way off. See how it sounds against the dry signal. So the preamp quality of it does brighten up your signal a little bit. Feels like it gives a little bit more dimensionality to it. I like it. I like the sound of this boost. I've played with it live twice already, and the boost was kind of always on for me because I was really enjoying the tone shaping of it. Turn that drive all the way up. There's a high cut switch. As you can hear, it was on, now it's off, so a lot more highs are coming through. Here's that dry signal again. A lot quieter. So we'll dime this with the high cut off. Put the high cut back on. I like it. I like the sound of the boost section on this. Let's get into the compressor side. I'm going to just come out and say it right on the top here. This isn't my style of compressor, and it's completely a subjective thing. This is a hard, like, funk-friendly, like, pedal steel sounding, like, classic kind of compressor. I'm very picky with compressors, which is odd considering I don't spend a lot of time using them or thinking about them. I have a bit of a personal loyalty to the Keeley Compressor Plus, just because I feel like it's a compressor for people who don't usually like compressor. You can blend it out to be very natural. This is a much more pronounced and classic example of what a guitar compressor sounds like, where it's very squishy, it's very kind of clippy, and it's a lot. It's a lot of compression. So let's get into it. Here it is with everything. Lots of boost to the signal too on this setting. Let's turn the sustain all the way down and the blend all the way down. When you turn the blend all the way down, it goes to a 50% blend of the compressor signal into your dry signal. this thing had a lot of compression at the midpoint for the blend and the sustain. Let's turn the blend all the way up, 100% compression. Sustain at 50%. And then turn that sustain all the way up. Kind of a byproduct of compression is that you raise your noise floor, and you can hear that noise right now with the sustain and the blend all the way up. Some sloppy playing today. That's about as hard of a compressor that I've ever played with. There is a lot of compression on tap with this guy. Let's start playing around with what it sounds like to hit some overdrive with this pedal, the compressor and the boost. Off screen I have the Furry and Fried by Yellow Cake Pedals. I've got the Fried Gold side on, which is kind of like a mid-light gain, like amp overdrive sort of sound. Let's see what we can do by hitting it with some boost. Signal again. I was actually using this compressor with that drive pedal the last two times I played live, and it was a bunch of fun, very practical, really some great sounds to be found combining this boost with any drive that you use, probably. I'd hope. I bet it would work great with your tube amp, if your tube amp is on the edge of breakup or something like that, or you just want to push it further into distortion. It works great with the pedal that I'm using now. I'm sure it works great with all sorts of other pedals. Let's check out what the compressor does with that drive. You can use it to boost into any drive that you're using. You could also use this pedal after drives. I don't typically suggest using compression after drives, but people do that sometimes. Some people like to do that, but I do like to use a nice volume boost after drives. Something I didn't cover earlier is the clipping switch for the compressor side. When it's down, it's a more mellow. And then when it's up, it's more twangy, it's more open. You can hear there's more noise coming through. I think it works. Where in the down position, it kind of flattens your single coils to sound. Something to think about. Last thing that I want to cover with the Masamune is just like the Atlantic, which I covered earlier. There's two switches here on the back. You can put these effects into any order that you want, or you can put them into parallel, meaning that the compressor and the boost are running side by side, not into each other, so they're unaffected by each other. It's a more subtle effect. using this pedal than the Atlantic, where you're running reverb and delay in parallel. But I could see it being very useful, especially for people who want to achieve a more subtle compression as they're boosting into, say, a dirty amp or dirty pedals or something like that. So now we are in the parallel setting, and I'll mess around with that a little bit, and then I'll do my goodbyes, and we'll see. All right, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. Support us on Patreon if you feel like it. Speaking of Patreon, I'm going to give this pedal away in the very next video. I'm going to give away to someone in the $5 and up Patreon level for the YouTube channel, not for the podcast. We have separate Patreons, two separate Patreon accounts for the podcast and the YouTube channel. So follow the link down in the description below or in the end card to get to the YouTube Patreon to possibly win this at the end of the day. So you might not even make it whenever you're seeing this. I'm just giving it away to people who support the show. That's really all that's going on. All right. Sorry for all the words. Later, guys.